Assam Tribune. So I would like to know the present situation in Manipur, in the hill areas. So my first question to you is, so it's almost over 2 months since the violence broke out in Manipur. So is there any improvement in the situation right now?
Situation for now is not improving because almost every day we heard about fresh gunfires in the boundary areas, both in Surajapur and Kangpokpi area. So situation is getting worse, I would say.
Okay. Okay. So the center and Manipur government told the Supreme Court that the situation is improving in the state, though slowly. So that's a totally contrary view. So
Yes,
how do you? What's your view on this?
Uh, it will be lies. They told them lies. The situation is not getting better at this moment on.
So what steps have been taken by the state government to restore the normalcy in the state?
Uh, for now, I cannot say anything about it because we haven't heard of them trying to speak to CSOs. They spoke only to CSOs in Imphal, not in the hill area. So I think the situation.
Okay, so you are saying that the state government is more focused on the valley areas rather than the hill areas.
Yes. They are not reaching out to the hills.
Okay. So how like essential supplies are being provided to the people in the hill areas? Are you all the hill areas people, are they getting the basic access to basic things like medical aid, food and all?
In the relief camps and in the town area, basic necessities are, like I tell you, the prices are skyrocketing, so everyone cannot afford it. But in relief camps and all, the government is not providing this much, but lots of NGOs are pulling it together, giving contributions and everything. So, yeah, the relief camps are run by the NGOs and then through contributions. But the Assam Rifles have been providing and supplying water to the relief camps.
So, is there enough security forces deployed in the region, or the situation demands more deployment of forces to maintain law and order?
Security forces for now for in the town area is sufficient, but in the boundary areas it is not sufficient, I think, because lots of fresh firings have been happening every day. So to maintain that, more and more security forces are needed.
More are needed, right?
Yes.
Okay. The people from both the hills and valleys have took up arms to defend themselves.
Yes.
Right. So who are in possession of arms and ammunition have been restoring to violence, which has killed several people and displaced many. So where do the civilians get the arms from, and why did they feel the necessity to take up arms in their hands?
Civilians in the hills are armed by 12-bore guns, which were mostly used for hunting purposes, and homemade guns.
Okay.
So, as we know that we are culturally and this thing that we used to be hunters. So we have our own guns, homemade. So, but in the valley, I think you will all heard about it. They looted in police stations and everything. Just yesterday also they tried to loot a police station in Thobal, where one of them was killed. So in the valley arms and hill arms are not the same. So yeah, they think they have to take up arms because, see, if someone comes to attack your village, you have to protect yourself, you have to defend your village. So that is why they think it is necessary to take up arms.
So you're saying the valley peoples are looting the police armories and all?
Yes.
Do you think that trust between the communities will be possible only through a mutually acceptable resolution on the core issues, which might require a give and take approach by both the communities?
Trust, though, it will never be there again because of the situation and everything. But if there can somehow be a trust, but it will take time, around 10 to 15 years.
10 to 15 years.
Yes.
Okay. So the central or the state government never spares an opportunity to profess their love and concern for the Northeast, but now it seems the government has failed to gauge the seriousness of the issue. So, what message would you give to the government?
Uh, like everyone else, we want our voice to be heard. So please let the government take up the necessary steps to provide us normalcy here in our state, so that everyone can live peacefully, and hopefully we can trust each and everyone again and live harmoniously.
Okay, so you're optimistic that there can be a harmony between the two communities in future.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. Let us hope.
Okay. Introduce yourself and your organization.
Yeah, my name is Ginza Walzong. I am the spokesperson for ITLF, which is Indigenous Tribal Leaders Forum, who is leading the movement in Manipur at the moment.
Okay. So we have seen that there are many armed groups that have emerged. So what compelled people to take up arms in their hands? What do they fear for and for whom and from whom?
They are not, I would say they are not militants or terrorists. When we lost, when the crisis broke out, so many lives, we have lost so many lives.
Okay.
Right now, from the Kukizo side, the death toll is 109, confirmed that. And we have around more than 70,000 houses burned.
Okay.
And 197 villages burned. And a total of 359 churches, buildings burned. So, with this huge number of death and demolition and destruction, we have no option but to take up guns to defend the remaining villages.
So you're saying to defend yourself or protect the tribal, so the Kukis had to take guns for their
Right.
self-defense.
Right.
Okay. So don't you have faith in the law enforcement officials? If not, why?
We do not have faith in the state police or state security force because...
What about the central forces?
Yeah, I'm coming to that. Because we have seen there are evidence that the Meitei mob or Ukraine or armed group are supported by, are backed up by the Manipur state security forces.
Okay.
We do not have faith in them. Now, coming to the Central Security Force, yes, we have faith and trust in them. They are standing in the border line.
Okay.
There is a buffer zone now, and the central government, central armed forces are standing a post.
Okay.
Whoever shoot from the other side, no, they are attacking. So we have faith in them. That's why many of our villages are safe from the attackers.
Okay. So what are the demands of the tribals now? Since a lot of reports have surfaced where the Kukis are now calling for a separate administration. So
Right.
do you think this will solve the problem?
Yes. The Meitei community do not want the Kukizo people to live together with them.
Okay.
That's why they chase them out of the Imphal Valley. They burn their houses, destroy their properties, kill them, drive them away from the Imphal Valley. So they are the one who do not want the Kuki-Zo people to live in the Imphal Valley. We also do not find any reason why we should live together with them anymore. That's why we requested the central government to give us a separate administration.
Okay. So when you say a separate administration, so what kind of administration are the Kukis demanding? Is it a different state, a union territory, or an autonomous territory like that of Bodoland?
We don't want to be under the Manipur state administration anymore, because we do not trust the government, we do not trust the Métis community anymore.
Okay.
There is no more trust in them anymore. So we wanted a total separation from Manipur. So it can be a state or it can be a union territory.
Okay. So, okay. Even if the center agrees, do you think the Métis will comply with your demands and allow the state to fracture, or because this can escalate the situation more?
I don't know what will they do. I am no one to talk about their opinions.
Okay.
I can only share my opinion, means the Kuki side of opinion.
Okay.
So for us, we do not see any future, with the Métis anymore.
Okay.
So whether they like it or not, our demand is total separation from Manipur.